Hello? I mean, I am.
Par ici, venez par ici.
Well, hello guys, welcome to Speed Gaming. I am Trouble20. I'm going to take you through today's Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters all boss token race. Sorry for a little delay there. I hope you can hear me now. We've already seen a massive out of bounds with the flying box switch, where you enter the second area, which is the Viking area. Straight away we can see the Blue Knight's already done another out of bounds, and we have the first boss token. Taz can start falling down. I will talk about out of bounds again later, because there's so many out of bounds in this run. As you see now, Blue Knight has created super bugs by putting Taz in the freezing water and grabbing bugs on a ledge to make bugs run really fast. And he's now just collected the throw bugs, and he's collected the roll ability, where bugs can roll really quickly. Again, which will come in handy later. Tascan is just doing the super bugs as well. We've just skipped these big statues you can see on Tascan's screen. We've skipped past all of that already. We've got the boss token for that, leaving out of bounds. While we get to this next bit, the shield race, very simple, get to the end of the race and you get the boss token. I'll take you through the game very quickly. A lot of people in here say they're new, haven't seen this game before. So, Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters came out in 2000. It is the sequel to Lost in Time. There's not too much continuity between the two stories. Daffy Duck goes to Granny's house in Greenwich, which is the home area, for pest control, and ends up breaking and stealing the time gem from the time generator that she has, and that messes up all of time and in people all over time and space, and she calls on bugs to collect all the gears and restore the gem. And she sends Taz with him, because why not? So that's what makes this game different to the first one. You have two characters to control. As you can see, the Blue Knight just got his second boss token by beating the shield race. And he'll be heading into Moon Valley now. There's lots and lots of skips in this game. If you do any percent, it will take you, well, the world record for any percent is 2.5 minutes. This is all boss tokens, where we have to collect all the boss tokens. You don't actually have to fight the bosses, you just have to get their tokens. Now if you look at Blue Knight's screen here, he's going to do another out of bounds here. So he gets bugs up onto these obelisks, and he will Taz will throw him out of bounds. And I'll talk about how out of bounds works here. So when you go out of bounds, you go below the map. If you leave it, you will just spawn back at the beginning of the level. But if you glide with Bugs' ears, you'll go back up above. That way you can access things that are high up, which you can't reach otherwise without doing things. So literally, Blue Knight has knocked on a light. You need to knock on 3 of these lights that are on top of the circular, I guess they're like gazebos, aren't they? Circular structures. And you can see Tascan, he's going for one of the earlier light switches by dive jumping on the anvil. The second one, the Blue Knight's just done, is just conventional. You do that normally by going up the hill and jumping over. Here we go, Blue Knight's attempting that. That is not an easy dive jump. Blue Knight has nailed that, fair play to him. And he's now into... This is not a boss, it's a mini boss. There's a level in each area that has a mini boss. You just have to blow the shields up with the bombs. And I'm going for the alternative strat to get the top light switch where you dive jump on this rock. The out of bounds is it's not relatively new, it's been around for a while. It is tricky to get down. What I will add is the Blue Knight in our flying practice just last night set a new world record for this category of 31 minutes 16 seconds. What a perfect way to prep for the tournament. Let's talk more about this boss fight while the Blue Knight is doing it. As you can see with Bugs now, he's on the very edge of the decking there, and he walks into the water, which skips the dude jumping off the ship from belly flopping on the deck. And that saves some time doing that animation and getting back up there. This game is so cool for skips and tricks. There's just so many of them in every area, so it'll be quite fast paced, so if I do miss something I do apologise. This is my first time commentating on anything like this, so hopefully it's not too bad. As the Blue Knight's about to get, he's got one more hit left on that boss, and you see Tascan is now in there as well. Unfortunately, there's no way of skipping this boss, although I was saying how many skips there are. This is one thing that we really do want to skip. It is a bit of a pain to complete. Just while these guys finish off the vault, there you go, the Blue Knight has got the third boss token, and he's done with the Viking area. He will go back to Greenwich, which is the home area, which you're supposed to complete in order to unlock the first area, which is Aztec. But you can actually access every area in without the legitimate entry, without the amount of gears you're supposed to have to get into each one. There's a glitch to get into every one. As you can see now, Blue Knight is trying to throw Bugs and into the door by using the bounce off Taz's head. And he's into the Aztec area, where he's going to visit Tweety and get the bounce ability where you can bounce on Taz's head. You can skip this, but it is a bit risky, so it's worth picking up just in case. You see Tascan there using an alternative strat to skip the animation by hovering Bugs over the edge of the decking over the water so that he falls in the water. So there are alternative strats for lots of levels in this game, so there's plenty of backups. You can still get a nice solid time doing those. So now the Blue Knight's in Baboom Realm, where again there's another mini boss that you have to access via that monkey's mouth, which is shut at the moment, as you can see. You have to throw coconuts into the mouse statues, and it will unlock the door. There are 3 sets of puzzles that you need to complete to do that. But we're not going to access them the conventional way, we're going to go out of bounds again. This Blue Knight's showing off now by going out of the water. And there we go, Tascan is now done with Viking area, 3 boss tokens, and he's on his way to the Aztec area as well. Again, more out of bounds. This game is full of out of bounds. The community have experimented with no out of bounds runs, and the best way to do that. I should say every area has a main boss at the end of it, which you're supposed to be to get to the next area, as well as collect the sufficient amount of gears. We don't actually need to do any of that, because as I said, you can access any of the areas via out of bounds or glitches through doors. So Tascan is entering the Baboom Realm as well now. He's about to do the first token. Blue Knight has done the first puzzle and the third puzzle. He's about to do the second puzzle. And there's only 2 statues to throw the coconuts in. We'll get into the next boss. Or the next mini boss, I should say. Shouldn't confuse them with the actual bosses. So Tascan going for that out of bounds in the water. And there you see the mouth opening on Blue Knight stream. And a swag dive there onto the banks and into the boss. Now this boss you're supposed to complete, but you can just throw bugs through the door and into the boss token. And if you're quick enough, you can skip the cutscene. So they skip the boss cutscene there. So he's got the Baboon Realm token. And he will now be heading to the Aztec token. Now there's the strat. I wonder if he'll go for it. He's going to go for it. There's an out of bounds here for this strat to skip a little puzzle that Tascan himself found not so long ago. This is Tascan's strat. And Blue Knight nails it first time. So he's out of bounds above the map again. Just going to land on a switch that will open a gate or a door in the floor. Get the second token. Okay, so Tascan is doing the third puzzle to open the right eye of the monkey, and as you see there's the second boss token in this area for the Blue Knight. Using that out of bounds, and here's the super roll that we collected earlier that I mentioned. Just a quicker movement strategy. You get from place to place. Bugs gets dizzy when you finish it, but you can end it just before and carry on in. So Blue Knight is in the Sacred Ride now, which is another auto scroller like the Shield race. You just got to get to the end to get the boss token. Okay, so Tascan now is completing the final puzzle. Get into the mini boss in the Baboon Realm. Blue Knight here is performing a gliding, not really a glitch. I think if you hold up and right, I think Blue Knight will be more clued up on that than I am. You can glide along on the dragon, which is a touch quicker than zigzagging across. And there we see Tascan doing that door skip as well, and into the token, and the cutscene skip to go with it. He is done with the Baboon Realm. Now he's surely going to go for the out of bounds that he found. Normally what you're supposed to do is go around that wall, dig a hole with Taz, and go up, bump up some steps and climb up to the trigger. But that out of bounds obviously makes it quicker and easier. So Blue Knight is coming to the end of the Sacred Ride. This one you're not even racing anyone, you're just running away from lava, which I'm not entirely sure can catch you. This is supposed to be the first area that you enter, so it is supposed to be easier than the others. And it is quicker to retry the race and leave rather than leave the race and go back to Greenwich. So now the Blue Knight is heading to the Arabian area, which is the third area. So we're doing it in the right order. You can do the super roll to get over there. As you see, Tascan is doing the gliding glitch as well. Speed up the dragon animation. And this door, again, is another one you can just throw bugs through. What I will note is a lot of these glitches only work on the PC version. So if you're going to pick this game up to speedrun it, just use the PC version, because the PlayStation version, a lot of these glitches don't work. So in the Arabian area, you need to, in order to get one of the boss tokens, you need to free 4 genies. So whilst we're getting some of the other boss tokens, the Blue Knight is going to free 4 genies. He's just freed the wind genie, the air genie. You're supposed to do a whole puzzle with the spinny wind generators, but you can use the plant box to jump on it and skip that whole thing. He's now going into the water temple. This one we will do legitimately. I think there might be an out of bounds in here, but I'm not sure. It's much quicker. So you swim under and get to the the genie. Tascan's coming to the end of Sacred Ride, and he'll be finishing up in the Aztec area and moving on to the Arabian area also. There's 2 genies out of 4 there, and we go into the next auto-scroller now, which is the carpet race or ride. And the most iconic line in the game is coming up. Bring back that lamp. There we go, Tascan has the Sacred Ride boss token. So the carpet chase, very simple. You have to beat the little dude on the carpet in front of you, hit him with a coconut, and you're done. If the Blue Knight was commentating, which he will be commentating on the race that's later today, he will be whinging about this level in 100%. Well, he wouldn't be whinging actually, there's a harder one, but the Blue Knight is the 100% world record holder as well as the All Boss Tokens world record. Not many people run 100% because it's super hard to remember where everything is. I do not know how Blue Knight does it, if I'm honest with you. As you can see, Tascan is going to use the plant pot as the Blue Knight did. Oh, okay, he broke the plant pot but tried to alternatively use the side. But there's a backup plant pot, so not a problem. So we unlock the Wind Genie. And he's going to roll over towards the Water Temple now to get the Water Genie. The auto scrollers are a nice break from the madness of all the out of bounds and skips and stuff that you need to do. These guys are making it look easy. With a bit of practice it will come, but it's not as easy as it looks. It is a super fun game with 3 super fun categories. As you see there is the first boss token of the Arabian area complete from the Blue Knight, as Tascan gets the Water Temple Ghost. So Blue Knight's rolling over now towards the Royal Gardens, which is the next area that we need to enter as Tascan starts the carpet ride. Bring back that lamp! Right, so the Royal Gardens, there are 3 pearls that you need to collect in order to spawn the boss token. But do you think we're going to do any of them legitimately? Well, we are going to do one of them the legitimate way, and the others we're going to use out of bounds. So he's opened a gate, and he's taking Taz up through this little amazing section. This is the one we're going to do legitimately, and he's going to go into this little room. Pretty simple, you've got to throw bugs through the 4 rings, and then you unlock the music to open the rope and climb up it. Pretty simple. These can glitch, you can throw them through it. If you click the edge, it won't count. So it's an annoying little time loss if that happens. These patterns the music patterns are always the same. There's no stress on that. And you'll see he'll get to his first pearl. As Tascan comes to the end of the first section of the carpet ride, and outside into the sky he goes. So as I mentioned, these auto-scrollers really aren't that stressful unless you do 100%, which can become very stressful. So we've got one pearl, and if you jump on Taz's head, you can get bugs out of bounds through the hedges. And again, we're back to the gliding. So we're below the map at the moment, and then as you see there, he's now above the map. And as soon as you learn the directions you need to go to get these pearls, you can get them properly, nice and quick by falling down, as showcased there. Tascan has got his first boss token in the Arabian area. He'll be making his way to the Royal Gardens now. And again, the Blue Knight is using the out of bounds again. It's nice and simple there. You just go back to Taz and recall bugs, so he's right there again, doing the out of bounds. As you can see, while he's in the air, you can move, so he's moving to the direction he knows where he needs to be in order to quickly land on the Well, now, Tascam took a bit of a different route. He's gone into the Earth temple where the Earth Genie is. He's going to free the Earth Genie before going into Royal Gardens. He's just next to it, so there's no harm in doing the different route. And he's using an out of bounds as well. As you see there, he uses the crystal to throw bugs out of bounds, but you don't fall. There's a little ledge you can walk on right to the room you need to go, and then you can fall right above it. You skip out the whole puzzle to get there and straight on to the ghost. Genie, I should say. Ghost. So he's got 3 of the ghosts. I've said ghost again. 3 of the genies out of the 4, and now he's going to go through the Royal Garden because Blue Knight is doing the same thing. And again, you don't have to go backwards through the puzzle. You don't have to get out of bounds again, because you can leave Taz by the exit, switch the camera to Taz, and you can walk out. Happy days. It's pretty unique of a speedrun in the sense that you can control the 2 characters, and you can do it co-op. You can do it 2-player. You can do it locally, and I think there's a way you can do it not locally as well. There's not too many co-op runs on any of the leaderboards. I think there are 2 on each, apart from 100%, where there's only 1. It'd be so good to see more people running this game, co-op and 1-player. So the Blue Knight's in the Fire Temple now, which is supposed to make your way across these platforms and avoid the falling boulders, but you can damage abuse off the fire, and Blue Knight's going for the cutscene skip, where you take the camera off bugs. He didn't get it, unfortunately. It's a tricky skip to get. You take the case, trying it again, fair play to him. Oh, and bugs died. But he's back to life, pretty simple. So the cutscene skip saves a bit of time here. This is a cutscene he was trying to skip, where you see all the genies. And ding, there's your boss token. You skip that by taking bugs off camera, and you'll still get to the genie, but it didn't work in that instance. And nice to even try and showcase that one, because that's quite a risky strat. And there we see Tascam doing the out of bounds in the Royal Gardens. So the Blue Knight's talking to Tweety Bird again, and Granny comes over to give him the carrot gun, which we're going to need in the next area. So the Blue Knight's done with the 3rd area, done with the Arabian area, and we're going to the Transylvanian area. Now this out of bounds was originally the out of bounds we always used to use to get out of bounds in Greenwich, the one that the Blue Knight's just done. So the box skip is pretty difficult to get down, but when you do, it's not too hard. But that's a backup out of bounds. It's a lot safer and a lot easier to do. So that's how you get to the end. You can just glide straight into the final area. You can do that straight from the box cliffs, which is why any percent is so quick. You can glitch through the gates to the boss area of the Transylvania area, which I lied earlier. I said we don't have to fight any of the bosses. We do have to beat the final boss in order to beat the game. So here's the Haunted River, which the Blue Knight won't mind me saying is his favourite level in 100%. Kappa. Again, in any percent, it's not too hard. You don't have to go out your way to get the gears or the carrots or the acne boxes. You just got to get to the end and get the boss token. Nice and simple. And Tascam, there we go, he's got the 3 pearls, so he's done in the Royal Gardens. All he has to do now is get the Fire Temple Genie free, and he'll be done as well. And he'll be on his way into the Arabian area. Just while we watch the Auto Sky level, just a big shout out to the community who set this race up. It's an excellent chance to showcase the game. And it really is a very viable speedrun for anyone to pick up. So please, if you're interested, join the Discord, ! BBTTB in the chat. You'll access that. And a big thanks to Speed Gaming for letting us showcase the game off on a wider scale. As we see Tascam damage abusing to get that final genie. And the Blue Knight is still going through the Haunted River. Yeah, and follow the runners. Follow the runners. There's 6 of them in the tournament. Oh, you don't have to follow me. You don't have to follow me. I'm a retired speedrunner as it stands. I will be very tempted to come out of it, but retirement. This tournament is already teasing me to come out of retirement. But we'll see. Anyway, so Tascan has got the carrot gun. He's going to head back to Greenwich and perform the out of bounds to get into the Arabian area. As the Blue Knight goes into a whirlpool, you think you're going to die, but it just throws you to the token. I remember as a kid, I tried to dodge that whirlpool because I was like, it's going to kill me, but it didn't. So there's 1 of 3 in the Arabian area. Now, this next boss token, you're supposed to transform yourself into monsters. There's a red, a blue, and a yellow, and get into towers that only they can access and ring 3 bells, long-winded. But if you put Taz in the right spot and you dive with bugs, you can clip right in, but Blue Knight didn't quite get it right there, so you'll set it up again. You have to get Taz just in the perfect place, because he can be too close and he can be too far away. It is one of the rather finicky skips in this category. There we go, and then you get the boss token without messing with the monsters. Blue Knight now heading for his final boss token, going into Zuvania. So Zuvania is daytime. Here's the first application of the carrot gun to open the door to get into Zuvania. Now you're supposed to hit 3 switches by going through 3 rooms. We're going to do one of them legitimately, which is this one with the bubblegum. Blue Knight's just opening the second room for himself. And we're going to do 2 of them. Wait, you need 4 switches, don't you? It's been a while since I've ran it. But you need these switches to... you need 4, yeah. And there's one of them. So that's legit, use the bubblegum. This one again is legit, you just swim under the water and hit the timer, swim under the water, hit the button, and then hit the switch. The Tascan is doing the Haunted River now. It's the hardest of the auto-scrollers, but it's still not too hard in any percent. So, time to go out of bounds again. So you use this gate, you use the throw ability, and you glide with bugs for a bit and he'll fall out of bounds. This can get you up to the top, where you're supposed to use bubblegum with Taz to get up to one of the switches. And you can also get to another one. It doesn't matter which order you do these last 2 switches in, personal preference. You can get stuck in the walls there if you fall too low. You can roll out of that with you can roll out of those with bugs with super roll. So recall bugs and do the glitch again. And then you fall to the last switch. Skip's doing a puzzle by moving cages to jump over a fence and stuff. So Tascan's going to do the gate skip now, well, to get the second penultimate boss token of the run. So when you hit those 4 switches, I keep swapping from I was nailed it first time, fair play Tascan. So the Blue Knights hit the 4 switches now, and it turns to night time, where all the animals and plants become monsters. But that's not going to hurt us at all, as the Blue Knight will roll to the bubblegum machine. Now I find this incredibly difficult to do, but you can actually maintain this bubblegum for a long time. It's supposed to pop. So what you're supposed to do now is go to the bubblegum machine in the other area, which we haven't even seen because we don't need to go in there for all boss tokens. Climb all the way up to the top where that castle is that the Blue Knight is aiming for. Beat 3 plants, another mini boss, and it will open the door to the boss token. But if you can control the bubblegum well enough, you can literally hover all the way up and through the back. Well, through the side, not the back, because the back is an exit. So if you go through the back, you'll end up back in the main area, which you don't want. It's Tascan using the dive to get to that switch in Zoovania. He's heading up to the second switch to make it night time. You have to be very careful with the bubblegum as the Blue Knight is showing off. And you just go through the side here and into the boss token. And now the Blue Knight has all the boss tokens, so all it needs to do is beat the final boss of the game, and he's done. So you need to roll up to Count's Castle. You see Tascan in the out of bounds. There are so many out of bounds in this category. It's ridiculous, really, but it's so much fun. So the skip we saw to get the second boss token in this area, you can do to get through that gate, which is why you don't need any of these boss tokens to complete this game any %. Now these gates are supposed to do puzzles again, but we don't do puzzles. Can get through that without falling out of bounds, but if you do, like the Blue Knight has, just fall down as you normally would, and you can fall nice and quickly, so it's not too much of a time loss. You can get bugs through there without that fall. You can literally jump over these. They look so easy, and they're not. Those jumps are not easy to get down. Well, when you get them down, I guess, you know, it's like anything, muscle memory, but they are very finicky. Blue Knight is making them look easy. So you hop, and you hop again, and you pull, and then you're behind the door, and he's into the final boss. Now, a bit of RNG here. Count can spawn, oh, it's brilliant RNG for the Blue Knight. Count can spawn on any 4 of those corners, so you can only cover 2 of them, and the Blue Knight nailed that one. So now all you have to do is the window smash, and you can push the gargoyles into the middle. And when you've done 4 of them, that's that. You're supposed to beat Count. You're supposed to bounce on Taz's head with Bugs, but you can. It's actually quicker to bounce on Bugs' head with Taz. Count does block, but if you get it right, he'll get nowhere near blocking you. As we see, Tascan is now going for the bubblegum strat in Transylvania, as the Blue Knight is about to finish his run. 1 more gargoyle, and it will be the first winner of the All Boss Tokens race. As he's looking at a 32.54. It's a solid run from the newly crowned world record holder. I'm sure Cordo will have something to say about that. GG to the Blue Knight, as now we've watched Tascan to finish off his run as he's doing the bubblegum strat. And there's that time gem that we were on about. That Daffy is wants to steal so bad. So as you can see, the bubblegum flashes red. That's when it's about to pop, but you can still control it. Tascan is a touch low here. Can he get up above? Nicely done. So if you're a bit too low there, as Tascan showed, it doesn't matter. You can still hover nicely above. And nice use of the out of bounds there. Taz fell out of bounds but landed straight at the exit. And now he's going to roll to the... And there's the big red counters, you have to break them. And the red bell, that's what I was on about with the monsters. It's what we completely skipped through all of that. The Tascan now into the final area where he will do the skips through the doors and make his way to Count. Didn't quite get the out of bounds behind the door on that one, but they're not too... there you go, so he got bugged straight through there without falling out of bounds, and you can carry on. It is quicker if you can get that done. It's not the end of the world if you can't. There is a backup strat as well to this. There's an acne box in the first room that you can sneak through and you can fall out of bounds, and you can go straight to this door. You could also go straight to this door from the first gate if you're out of bounds as well. Not quicker, but it's preference. You can still get a decent time using those backup strats. That's what's really good about this category. So many backup strats. Tascan, unfortunately, you got a 50% chance there. Second try isn't too bad. Isn't too bad at all. This is now going to push the gargoyles. He's doing the Taz on bugs, using Taz jump on bugs as well, which is a lot easier. Sorry, is quicker. It's not easier by any stretch. I, for one, can't do it. I haven't tried to do it for a while, but back then I couldn't. 2 more to go, and we were finished with the first run. The first race of the All Boss Tokens tournament. What we're looking at here. It's going to be a low 36. So what happens if you say no to going back for the gears? She goes, Granny says, okay, thanks for your help, and the credits roll. And that's it. Obviously, if you say yes, you got to collect the rest of the gears to be able to complete the game 100%. And GG's Tascan on 36-14. And that was the first race completed of the All Boss Tokens Bugs Bunny and Taz 2020 tournament. It's a round robin, so all the runners are going to play each other. There are currently 6 in the tournament. GG to both the runners. I hope my commentary wasn't too bad. Hopefully I will come back and commentate on some more. And there's another race tonight in 6 hours. So that's 8 PM UK time. So wherever you are in the world, you can work that out. 3 PM Eastern time, I believe. Thanks, Ayush. And that run is Ayush versus Certain Trips. That is 3rd versus 4th on the speedrun times. So it's going to be a belter. All of these guys in this category are capable of a really good time. Anything in the 30, 32, 33, 34 is a nice solid run. Even 36. You mess up one thing, it's tough to recover, but there's all those backup strats, so you never know with this category. It is a really, really good race and a really good speed run. I can't encourage people to try and pick it up any more than everybody does. It's such a cool speed game. The Blue Knight himself is commentating on that one tonight, so make sure you tune in to hear the world record holder and his thoughts on his win today. He'll be happy with that. A solid run by both competitors. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll stop rambling now, let you get on with your lives. But exclamation mark BBTTB in the chat for the Discord and the schedule. Big thanks to Speed Gaming as well. Make sure you give all the runners a follow. Treble attempting sub 130 and 100% next. Not a chance, my friend. Not a chance. It was good fun, guys. Everybody take care, stay safe, and we'll see you all next time. That's all, folks.